Use the labeled point and the slope to find the slope-intercept form of the line. We can see that the labeled point is 5, 3, but the slope of the line is not given. So what we'll need to do is to find another point on the line and then determine the rise and run that are needed to go from one point to the other. As you pick another point on the line, try to pick a point where the line intersects the grid lines. So you could pick the point, let's say 3, 2, you could pick the point 1, 1, the point -1, 0, the point -3, -1, and so on. I'm going to use the point here at -3, -1. So start at the point -3, -1, and first of all determine the rise. How far do you have to rise in order to go from that point to the point 5, 3? Next, determine the run. How far do you have to go horizontally from that point to 5, 3? Well, starting at the point -3, -1, it appears we need to go up 1, 2, 3, 4 units. So the rise is 4. And we need to go over horizontally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units. So the run is equal to 8. Now what we recall is that slope is equal to rise divided by run. So let's start off with our rise. Okay, the slope is the rise divided by the run, and in this case the rise is equal to 4. And then we want to divide the rise by the run, and the run is 8. Now we can reduce. 4 over 8 reduces to 1 divided by 2. So what does that slope of 1 over 2 mean? Well, if we start at the point -3, -1, we can rise 1, run 2, and it takes us to another point on the line. Rise 1, run 2, it takes us to another point on the line. And we continue to rise 1, run 2, rise 1, run 2. We eventually get to the point 5, 3. So every time we rise 1 and run 2, we get to another point on the line. Alright, well, now that we have the point 5, 3 and the slope 1/2, an efficient method for writing the equation of the line is to use the point-slope form. So let's recall our point-slope form. The point-slope form of a line is y is equal to m, the slope, times x minus x1, the x-coordinate of a point on the line, plus y1, where y1 is the y-coordinate of the point on the line. So in this case we can go ahead and substitute in our known values. Y is equal to the slope, which we just determined is 1/2, multiplied by x minus the x-coordinate of our given point, which is 5, plus the y-coordinate of our given point, which is 3. So y is equal to 1/2 times the quantity x minus 5 plus 3. This is the point-slope form of the line. However, we're asked what is the slope-intercept form of the line. So what we need to recall is that the slope-intercept form is y is equal to mx plus b. So what we need to do is we need to simplify the right side of the point-slope form so that it's the slope multiplied by x and then plus some other number. So let's go ahead and distribute 1/2 to the quantity x minus 5 and then add 3 to the result. So we get y is equal to 1/2 times x minus 1/2 times 5, which is 5/2, plus 3. We then go ahead and combine the two constants. So we have y is equal to 1/2 x minus 5/2 plus, and in order to combine these two constants we need to have a common denominator. So 3 is the same as 6 divided by 2. And negative 5/2 plus 6/2 is 1/2. So y is equal to 1/2 x plus 1/2. Y is equal to 1/2 x, where 1/2 is the slope, and plus 1/2, and that 1/2 should be equal to the y-intercept. And if we look up at the graph, we see that the graph crosses the y-axis halfway between 0 and 1, and so 1/2 seems to be consistent with the graph of the line that we have. The slope-intercept form is y is equal to 1/2 multiplied by x plus 1/2.